Russell is accused of faking her own kidnapping earlier this year. At one point saying that she was kept by a man and a woman for a full day before she escaped and returned home.
She pleaded not guilty to lying to police and falsely reporting an incident. Those are the only two words she said, not guilty.
I think she understands what has happened. She has apologized. I know you all said not through me, but that's not good enough. But she has apologized for what transpired. I don't want her to have any type of breakdown or anything of that nature. So we're handling her with kid gloves and trying to make sure her mental state is just fine.
Yeah, Lisa, she was found guilty today. Explain that.
Remember not that long ago, I forget, it was probably like 2 months ago, where we had Jussie Smollett 2.0. We had Jussie Smollett who, came out. She was she worked at a massage parlor or something like that. She had seen a flying baby. Remember when she said, "Hey, there's a baby on the freeway. I'm looking at a baby." And then the police had determined she had driven the length of a football field while also seeing that baby. So one can only assume that she saw the super baby. And that super baby flew hundreds of feet and then disappeared into the horizon. And then a red-headed mega individual, a white guy with red hair, probably Donald Trump, jumped down out of a tree. And she only had time to leave her cell phone there and take the snacks she had bought from Target beforehand. So she and then she showed up at home like a day later or 2 days later and was just like, "Hey, cool, I'm cool. I'm fine." And then police checked her computer and it turned out that she had been researching the movie Taken. And then she had to look for one-way train tickets, and everybody in the county spent millions of dollars probably searching for it. Well, she's going to prison. She's been fined $18,000 for that. Hit the like button for justice served. Now we can only hope that this sets a precedent. That, when you saw this woman's story, I mean, when it was first came up, like, hey, she's missing, they find a cell phone. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's spooky. When she showed up back at home and she said, oh, a skinny Donald Trump descended out of the tree and they didn't do anything to me though. They just put me in the tractor trailer and then I just escaped and I'm fine. Hopefully this sets a precedent for Jussie Smollett. The Alabama hoaxer, Carly Russell, has been found guilty of faking her disappearance and wasting police time. The 25-year-old, it's funny how that happens when you're poor or you're like a middle-class person. I don't know how much money she had or didn't have, but her entire trial happened and everything happened and we've got a resolution now. Jussie Smollett has been tying up the Chicago courts for years. He's out on probation now, but at some point, I don't know exactly when, but he's supposed to be back to present his appeal. Meanwhile, he's been living as a free man while he was happy to fake a race-based crime. The 25-year-old on Wednesday was convicted of 2 misdemeanor charges after lying to cops about seeing a child on the highway. See the floating baby? That's actually the saddest part about this. I thought Kal-El was here. I thought that we had a super baby, and I was more depressed to find out we didn't have a super baby than that she had hoaxed it. Each charge is classified as a Class A misdemeanor and carries a potential of 1 year in jail. Nursing student captured headlines when she went missing and she made a 911 call back on July 13th. She then called her boyfriend or her brother's girlfriend claiming the same sight, a screaming baby or a floating baby, and then screamed down the phone. After she turned up 2 days later claiming a, quote, man with orange hair had abducted her, She told police that she'd been kidnapped and spun an elaborate tale about escaping her to her freedom. There was a huge search conducted for Russell, with her now ex-boyfriend sharing loving photos of the couple together after they'd initially been found, and mentioned that he was falsely accused of being involved in her disappearance. I'm sure he was. But he kept his faith and continued the desperate search for his girlfriend. Tomar Latrell Simmons describes his, quote, non-stop hunt for her and said he was not giving up until I saw her face again. I don't even know how to start off, but all I want to say is thank you to my Lord and Savior, Jesus, baby Jesus, for saving my girlfriend's life. Hoover police then revealed the spa therapist's incriminating Google search history that included terms like, do you have to pay for an Amber Alert, and research on the movie Taken. Russell later admitted she made the entire thing up, confessing in a written statement that the kidnapping never even occurred and that it was a, quote, mistake. On July 28th, Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis announced criminal charges against her. A judge has ordered her to pay $18,000 in restitution, and for the charges suggested she serves up to 1 year in jail. So he's not kidding. So he's going on to recommend the full term. Russell plans to appeal the ruling in circuit court despite having previously admitting to falsifying the story. On what planet would you even appeal this? On what planet, how stupid would you have to be to think, hey, I think I can appeal this. I think I can beat this. Quote, we stipulated and appealed the case, and the reason behind it was that they're trying to ask for jail time, which we totally disagree with. Why? She committed several crimes. Several. Why wouldn't you get prison time? I'm not quite sure why you would think in any way, shape, or form that does not deserve prison time. Quote, so in fairness, there's no need to having a trial here, knowing their position, so we have stipulated and appealed the case, and we'll start anew in the Bessemer Circuit Court. What's great about this is it turns out this kid's actually rich. The Russell family lives in an $800,000 house and holds steady jobs. Her mother is a realtor and her father is a vice president of a bank. They're going to end up costing, they don't care about the money. They'll burn up another lawyer to get out of the jail time. But the fact of the matter is, I believe the initial costs, if I could be wrong about this, but it was something like $50,000 or $60,000 was spent searching for this person. Russell's parents have yet to comment on her arrest, and she is yet to explain why she lied. Well, are we really wondering why she lied? I think it's pretty clear why she lied. Like, it's for attention. In a prior statement, the attorney said, my client has given me permission to make the following statement. There was no kidnapping on July 13th. My client did not see a flying baby. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but there was a single act done by herself. A couple of things here, friends. One, I believe she's lying. I believe that she did not just spend the night in the woods. I don't believe that. I believe her boyfriend picked her up. That's what I am almost certain. There is no way this city girl who lives in a house that costs $750,000 just went out in the woods and sat in the dirt all night long. There is simply no chance of that. And then he went on to write, my client was not with anyone or at any hotel during the time that they were missing. Okay. Well, you were at somebody's house then. So you were holed up somewhere. I'm sure the boyfriend was in on it. I'm sure of it. There's like no doubt in my mind. There's no way this chick was sitting in the woods in a pile of dirt for 48 hours. No chance. My client apologizes for her actions to the community and volunteers who were searching for her, the Hoover Police Department and other agencies. We ask for your prayers. What? She was probably fighting with her boyfriend or something. There's no way this woman just sat in the woods for days. There's no way. I don't believe that that's possible. I don't believe that there's any chance that she didn't get help. But again, I guess if she gets the full year behind bars, I'm fine with that. They should get. I mean, this is seriously like a serious crime. I don't understand why they keep treating it like it's just some goof. This is a grown woman who planned and executed a fake crime, so she should get every bit of the penalty. And it looks like she has. Looks like there are some consequences out there for some folks once in a while. Now get Jussie Smollett next.